Hello and welcome to Spotlight, a quick peek at the island's cultural centre.
Spotlight, brought to you by the Isle of Man Arts Council.
This evening, we're gearing up for a creative summer at Kensington Arts. A booklet of floral poetry and a catch-up with the Chrunniaght. As always, do get in touch with any creative, artistic endeavours you might be involved in, planning, hoping to create, would really like to put in the spotlight. Be they poetic, visual, theatrical, musical or literary. Mime even. Anything goes if it's artistic. Albeit it's a family show. Email me, spotlight@manxradio.com, or of course, direct howardkane@manxradio.com. You must have it tattooed on your arms by now. So the summer holidays are upon us once more, with the ubiquitous question, no doubt, of what is there to do for the youth of the island? Well, what about a summer of creative wellness? That's what's being offered at Kensington Arts in Douglas, with a programme running throughout August, a variety of workshops covering art, music, theatre, dance, backstage skills, with the climax being a performance of, well, I won't tell you. Here's a clue.
Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise, playing in the street, gonna be a big man someday. You got mud on your face, you big disgrace, kicking your can all over the place, singing, we will rock you. We will rock
My name is Peter Shimon and I'm the Creative Development Coordinator at Kensington Arts.
And we dropped in on a very quiet day. I don't think I've ever been here when it's been so quiet. But we're casting forward a couple of weeks. We're into the summer season, as it were. And I suppose the summer season at Kensington Arts means doing youth projects through the summer months.
Yeah, it's a really great opportunity in the summer for us to bring in lots of new young people to the venue, but also have some of the people who come to our regular clubs and activities come back for something to do in the summertime. So yeah, we've got a jam-packed programme of different arts events available for all different ages of school children.
So starting off and just looking at what's going on, and you're right, there's plenty going on. So early on in August, we've got the Art Tank is back.
Yeah, Anna Klukas will be running the Summer Art Tank. So she did one back in Easter time, Easter holidays, and she every week runs on a Tuesday and a Thursday an art club where kids can drop in, do a bit of painting, different types of art. But summer is a full week long from the 8th to the 12th of August. Different art styles on different days. It's going to be a test for me to remember exactly what's on each day. But for highlights, there is some kind of canvas painting. There's a lot of kind of Greek mythology and dark creatures kind of side of things. There is a science day on the Friday where we are creating a galaxy in a jar and playing with slime, which kids always enjoy.
Always good.
And also a bit of clay making. So there is creating your own, the kind of like audio enhancers. You put your phone into it and it makes the sound louder, creating your own little pinch pot of monsters. So that's going to be quite cool.
And is this open to, basically, you don't have to have any background in arts or be a sort of a skilled artist to start? It's open to anyone? Yeah,
100%. It's for all ages from 8 to 18 and all different types of abilities. People who have done art for GCSE and do it, every day of their lives, but also people who just want to dip their hand into it. You can book on for the full week or you can just book an individual day, whatever takes your fancy. So yeah, a little bit something for everyone on the artistic side.
And presumably come in your painting clothes, as it were.
Yeah, you will get a little bit messy, particularly on some of the days. So it would be wise to not wear clothes that you want to make sure are clean.
Okie dokie. And then staying with, it's all things creative, must admit. So we're going from arts to dance, I think. So we head over to this corner here and just like to introduce yourself.
I'm Sophie Linham. I'm the Arts Council's art graduate intern. So I'm back.
You're back. And you, of course, you have a background in dance.
I do, yeah. So I'll be doing the dance week, which is the same week, the 8th to the 12th of August. We're running this for 3 days, so the Tuesday, Thursday and Friday of that week.
What will be actually taking place in that then?
So on the Tuesday, we have our TikTok Tuesday. So we will be learning TikTok dances and we will also create our own. We'll have the chance to film them and then kids can post them if they like or just keep them for themselves. So it'll be a really creative day.
So a TikTok dance, can that be sort of anything, or is that a particular style or particular something you do for TikTok?
So most of the dancing on TikTok is probably what we class as commercial. but it's kind of anything. It's more like movement, not very specific leaps and pirouettes. It's very lyrical in the sense that it kind of does what the song says. But yeah, it can be anything.
And then anything else otherwise dance style?
Yeah, so the Thursday we have our contemporary and lyrical day. So this will be kind of a technique class, followed by learning a kind of short routine. Again, the opportunity to work in groups and individually to create additions onto the routine that we've already learned. And then the Friday, we've got our musical theatre dance day, which is ahead of the We Will Rock You fortnight following this. And it'll be dance inspired by music from Queen, and we'll just have a really good time. Yeah.
And again, do you need any experience before you come along? Do you have to be a dancer per se, or could anyone come along who's frankly never really done any dancing before? Could they come along in any case?
Yeah, definitely. It's open to everyone. Obviously, as long as you're willing to just get out there, express yourself, join in. That's the most important part. And just have fun.
And it is about expressing yourself. I know we were talking before, and I've always struggled with this, but it is about really sort of expressing music through your body in many ways, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so important to just kind of let go. Like, there's so much judgment around now, and, well, for me especially, and a lot of kids and adults, like, it's just the perfect way to just forget about what's going on every day and just have fun.
So quite cathartic in many ways.
Yeah, definitely.
Do people need to bring any special equipment? Do they need dance shoes?
No, so just trainers. We might ask them to take their shoes and socks off, and then just clothes that they can dance in. Obviously, long hair, tight back, no jewellery, things like that.
Yeah, health and safety.
Yeah.
Are you a tough taskmaster or dance mistress, or however you phrase it?
Depends on the day. No, I'm pretty laid back. My mum always says I was in a rush to get out, and I've been laid back ever since.
Terrific. Now, we've just crossed over here because you mentioned leading in from your workshops. We are coming into this production, which will take place. This is going to be all singing and all dancing, as they say. Would you just like to introduce yourself?
I'm Naomi Longhurst, and I'm the music projects manager.
I'm Ruth Barnes, and I'm the drama project manager.
Okie dokie. And this is going to be something We Will Rock You. All right, just give us the background on this a little bit first about what's actually, I think everyone's heard of We Will Rock You.
It's based on the music of Queen, and it's looking at technology and how it's taken over, leading to the no thought of your own individuality anymore. So it's taken over the world with no music that they make.
So this is going to be a chance to get involved and put on a production as such.
Yeah, it's a 2-week workshop where people can come in and audition for main roles or be in the ensemble, and it's leading to 3 performances at the end of the 2 weeks on the 26th and 27th of August with an audience of people that come to watch us.
And the music as well, of course. So this is your department?
Yes, it is. So there's quite a lot of ensemble singing as well as 9 principal roles. So there's something for everyone to get stuck in. We're really hoping everyone will enjoy the group singing and enjoy putting it with movement to make a whole show.
So they're going to be sort of auditions for the leads, or?
So the first couple of days we've got a meet and greet, and we'll get to know everyone and they can get to know us. And we'll be doing group singing, through which we'll be having a look, and then the second day we're going to get people to come and sing individually for those that are interested, but it will all be very relaxed, and hopefully everybody will be comfortable and perform their very best.
So the songs we recognise will be in the show?
Yes, absolutely, all the songs you know, and some of the ones you didn't know you knew as well.
And again, we were saying throughout, so really people sometimes think, oh no, I'd like to do that, but I can't really sing, I'm not much of a dancer, I've not done much acting before. This is really a chance to come and toe the water, try it out.
Yes, I think, like you say, it will help that people know the songs and their parents will recognise the songs and they'll be stuck in your head for days and days. And it doesn't matter if you've done it before, that's what you might find you love it and you didn't know. It's more movement and singing the same thing in groups quite a lot, so it should be suitable for everybody.
And from the acting point of view, that's the same. So it's basically getting people together and what you're going to do, the usual sort of blocking style, working it out before production.
Yeah, we'll be blocking, but we'll also be doing some improvisation and some group work and working around the theme of the whole musical as well. It's open to absolutely anybody, and it should be really good fun. I'm really excited.
And having the improvisation is always terrific fun, I always think.
It terrifies some people, but yes, it is really good for letting people be themselves. Like dance, it's a way of expressing yourself.
And then the music side, so on the actual performance, is that just going to be with a keyboard, or how is that going to go music-wise, or using tapes? Or
In the performance, we'll be using tracks, but in the weeks up to, they'll be with me with the piano and practicing with the tracks as well. But we've got some exciting audio-visual things, and it will all be done with what will sound like a full band.
And this will, of course, be with a live audience, proper thing.
Yes, we hope that we do have a good live audience. We're hoping we'll have plenty of people to come along. We've got lots of space, so the more the merrier.
Marvellous. It sounds terrific. So, Peter, a packed programme going throughout, something for everyone, I dare say there, whether you're into dance, whether you're into drama, whether you're into just reading out, whether you're into the music, or just having a good time, really. How do people find out how to get involved with any of these?
So you can find us on kensingtonarts.im, that's our website, or on social media pages, Facebook and Instagram under Kensington Arts IM, or just drop me an email, peter.shimon@gov.im. Alongside We Will Rock You, kind of to support the needs of the production, we're running a tech workshop as well. So Paul Ellison, who runs our tech crew, does the kind of backstage side of things. So
vital for any of these shows.
Yeah, for those people who maybe want to shine behind the scenes instead of shining on stage, he'll be doing a masterclass in sound, lighting, bit of props, costume design, things like that, which runs concurrently to the second week of the We Will Rock You workshop. But all the details are on the website, and anyone's free to get in touch with me. My phone number is 682 312.
And you never know where it ends up, because some of the people who have come through these doors have gone on to be, frankly, massive stars.
Yeah, well, you led me in quite well for that. So I will mention and name drop Joe Locke for the 1000th time about a great success story for Kensington Arts. There's a lot of people who have come through, including myself. I went to this centre as a young person, and now I run the place. It's a great opportunity to kind of cut your teeth, I guess, in lots of different artistic streams. And circling back to the Art Tank workshop, we're actually doing a Heartstopper themed day where you create your own graphic novel. So maybe Joe Locke will turn up for that. I'm not making any promises. He's blocked me from his emails, so I can't. I'm joking.
But basically, you've just got to turn up, and it's just getting through the door, isn't it? That's the hardest part sometimes, particularly if someone's not done something before, they've not tried it. It's just really setting foot in, but it's a welcoming atmosphere. Anyone's welcome to come along. And frankly, I think once you're here, people love it.
Yeah, we're a very inclusive place. We also try to make ourselves as accessible as possible. We are fortunate to be subsidised by the government and at times supported by the Isle of Man Arts Council as well. So there is something for everyone. If anyone has any problems with payment or really wants to get involved but just doesn't know how they would make it work, really happy to have that conversation and find the best way that works for people. But yeah, we are open for everyone, and we'd love to have as many people as we can.
Your chance for stardom, or at the very least, a great fun and creative summer, and a great chance to toe the water of performance if you've always fancied it, but never had the guts to give it a go. Details from kensingtonarts.im or from the Villa Marina or Welcome Centre.
Spotlight, brought to you by the Isle of Man Arts Council.
We love a bit of poetry here on Spotlight, and a new booklet of poems and prose inspired by flowers has gone on sale at the Family Library and Mobile Library. All the proceeds going to the Derby and Northern Community Initiatives, the charity behind the vibrant community hub up at Derby Health and Community Centre. And we visited there a while back, and it really is vibrant. Great stuff going on there. I caught up with one of the poets, Boaksy, to find out more about this. And as we both headed into the excellent recent Halle concert at the Villa, she began with a lovely poem of hers, contained in the booklet, dedicated to a flower much loved on the Isle of Man.
Bluebells. Blue, not pink or white, except for just a few. Never, ever red or yellow. These primary colours would be far too much. Nothing to cause any hint of disharmony, just gentle blue, violet hue. Soft spring light dapples through the buds and fresh green leaves, still rumpled in their newness. Warm spring light doesn't quite reach all the corners of the glade, dispelling the last vestiges of winter. Winter blue, chilly hue. One stray sunbeam spotlights motes of wind-strewn pollen, catches cobwebs on the rise. A solitary spider frozen in mid-air. Tiny passenger parachuting into the unknown. Blue on blue, midnight blue, iridescent hue. Scents whisper close, fleeting smells that tease and tempt, and then are gone. Ramsom's unmistakable wood smoke in the distance, and the salty, lip-dry taste of the sea. Always the sea, greeny blue, merciless hue. But bluebells blossom in their court, Ballaglass, reign supreme, silent sentries, guardians of the glade who never fail to appear each year, relentless in their returning, loyal to their glens. Unmistakable hue, bluebell blue, beautiful blue. Well, I'm Boxy from Ramsey in the north of the Isle of Man.
And we're both about to pop in to see the Halle, but we've stolen a couple of minutes before we get our seats to talk about the new poetry booklet out, which people might have been seeing around, or they might see if they haven't already. Our Constant Friends. Tell us a bit about it.
Well, it all came about because of the Flower Festival. And at the time I was living in Derby, and there was quite a vibrant writers group there run by the wonderful Janet Lees. And amongst other things, we wrote poetry, and we wrote in response to poetry and various things. And Derby and Northern Community Initiatives, which is where the writers group met, were invited to take part in the Flower Festival. And we all thought, fantastic. And Janet suggested we write poems about flowers, and we had a wonderful time. And it was quite peculiar in a way, because of all the groups that meet at that particular community centre, there wasn't a single one that used flowers, real ones, in any way. No flower arranging groups, no pressed flowers, nothing. So we all had to come up with a way of taking part in the Flower Festival with no real flowers. So the Secret Stitch group made some fabulous fabric flowers and felt and knitted ones, and we had photographs, and the school got involved. It was absolutely brilliant, and we printed our poems out, and Yn Chrunniaght, who's the manager of the centre, she stuck them up on the walls, and we had a visitors book. And you know what? There were so many people who said how wonderful to have something that's different, because yes, the flower arrangements are fabulous, but you know, it's a bit samey. I mean, I don't need to sound disparaging or anyway, because the talent that goes into creating these displays is wonderful, but we were different. And because it was so successful, we were invited to put together this booklet, which includes some of the poems that were on display at the time and others that we didn't have space for. And originally it was meant to be sold at the following year's Flower Festival, and then COVID happened. So we have the booklets, and the Arts Council were very generous and helped in producing them. But we don't want to see them sitting on a shelf. You know, we want them to be out there, and we want people to hopefully enjoy the poetry and learn a bit more about the Derby Community Centre.
Terrific stuff, and I know you've got a couple of pieces in there. We're going to hear one of yours in a minute. So the Northern group then, the members of the Derby Writing for Wellbeing group, how many in that?
Oh, well, up to sort of 30, but not everybody came at the same time. Now, it's on hold at the moment, but I'm hoping that in the not too distant future we can get something back up and running again.
And we were saying your background in many ways is in science, but you've always been working and have a creative, artistic feel as well?
Absolutely. I mean, the best scientists are the ones with the most creative minds, and they're the ones that say, well, I wonder what happens if, you know, and they're thinking outside the box. Science is not repeating what everybody else has done before. It's doing something novel for the first time and being blown away by it.
And it's funny now, isn't it? We were just having a little chat beforehand. It's strange now, currently, it seems like science and art are sort of disassociated almost.
Yes, which is such a shame, because to me they're like a yin-yang. You've got to have both of them, and you've got to have them in balance. And this idea of you can have one or the other, I just totally disagree with that completely.
Right, let's have a little bit of poetry then. So you've got one, I think, and this was one which you'll find in the book, and you thought it was very appropriate as well. Is it just no flowers, is that right?
No flowers, sorry.
No flowers, sorry. There we go.
No flowers, sorry. No living blooms were harmed when creating this display. You won't find any roses here, not even buds of May. The good news is no allergens to make you cough or sneeze, so you hay fever sufferers won't sniffle, choke or wheeze. No living blooms were damaged whilst writing this short ode. If you want to have the real thing, just look out on the road. The poppies there look fabulous, although they're past their best. Don't pick them though, please let them grow to cheer up all the rest. No living blooms were harmed by our community of friends. We simply worked together, found a means towards our end. We hope you'll like our efforts made from paper, felt and metals. But please do not look down on us for having plastic petals. No living blooms were damaged when we brightened up this wall. The trouble with the real ones is the petals soon will fall. But these will last forever, flowers for eternity, keeping close together like our warm community. No flowers were harmed in the creation of this installation.
Very appropriate piece, it must be said. Just remind us then, if people want to get hold of the booklet, how do they go about that?
Well, they are available at the moment at the Bridge Bookshop in Ramsey and Port Erin. The Derby Community Centre has quite a few, and we're very, very fortunate in that our friends at the Family and Mobile Library, they've agreed to take them as well. They cost £5, but well worth, double that price, and they are in limited supply, but we would love to see them all disappear off the shelves and not be left alone.
You can't put a price on poetry. Thanks for talking to us today. We better get into the Halley.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, and I hope I'm sure we will both enjoy it.
And I'm happy to say we both did. If you missed the Halley, you missed a treat. Now, just to remind you that Yn Chrunniaght is continuing through the week until the 31st of July. Loads happening, of course, with great groups and performers from Celtic nations, including, of course, our own Isle of Man, the likes of Bisky Brish, the Lockdown Lovelies, Max Bard, Owen Atkinson, and others, all busy out and about all over the place. Main concerts taking place in the Centenary Centre in Peel, of course. Great stuff. Here's just a little taster of a favourite of mine who will be performing at Peel Cathedral, I think. Yn Chrunniaght.
Stew wheel, stew as wren wheel wren. Stew wheel, stew as wren wheel wren. As the holy man and is new and the skin. Leisure and Holland as leisure in the sky. Sunshine and trick trot and have away the bread. Stew as wren wheel wren. As the holy man and is new and the skin. Stew as wren wheel wren. As the holy grey hair ties new and the skin. Leisure and Holland as leisure in the sky. Sunshine and trick trot and have away the bread. Stew as wren wheel wren. Sunshine and trick trot and have away the bread. Stew as wren wheel wren. As the feuilleton e'er tries new and the skin. Leisure and Holland leisure in the sky. Some Travis a fidder chit, have away the bread. Some Travis a fidder chit, have away the bread.
That's about it this week. Don't forget, if you want to hear anything again, go to manxradio.com and download the Spotlight podcast. Listen at your leisure. If you're lucky enough to have any, and if you're retired, Don't rub it in. Drop me a line with any artistic thoughts or ideas. Enjoy Yn Chrunniaght if you're out and about. Stay creative. I'll see you next week. Cheerio.